Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 21. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 8 of my anticipated new releases that are coming out in 2024. There are so many other new releases on my radar other than these 8, but I narrowed it down to 8 for today. Also, we're going to be hanging out in my truck because why not? There's actually no reason. I just need truck time. Let's get into it, shall we? I literally summarized all of these books as if I'm about to teach a lesson, like a teaching lesson. So anyways, thanks for coming to class today, everybody. The first book we're going to be talking about is Where's Molly by H.D. Carlton. H.D. Carlton kind of partnered with Hawk on TikTok and made a short film introducing this new book that she's created. Where's Molly is a spin-off of the Cat and Mouse duet by her. If you watched my video a couple days ago, you know I was talking about the Cat and Mouse duet and I love it. Molly is a character that I don't think we met her in the Cat and Mouse duet. However, we did see her letters it was either Hunting or Haunting Adeline. I think it was Hunting. There was these letters, these strange ones from this girl named Molly, and this is her story being told. Molly has been missing for more than 2 weeks and police are still searching for the girl who seemed to vanish out of thin air. The world still wants to know where's Molly. I recommend reading Haunting and Hunting Adeline before you read Where's Molly, and H.D. Carlton recommends it as well. Check all trigger warnings. All of them. I'm gonna add a link down below to the video that Hawk made on TikTok, kind of introducing Where's Molly. It was just really well shot and it was just good. Second on my list, we have Leather and Lark by Bryn Weaver. I think this is my most anticipated new release for the year. It comes out June 4th, and I cannot wait. The tropes in this book are hate to love, marriage of convenience, grumpy sunshine, he falls first, groveling, and she wrote next to that, but make it psycho, and touch her or him and die. Guys, I don't think you understand how excited I am for this book. I need it in my hands immediately. I don't know if I could wait that long. Contractor killer Lachlan Kane, which is Rowan from Butcher and Blackbird's brother, wants a quiet life working in his leather studio and forgetting all about his traumatic past. So if you read Butcher and Blackbird, you'd know that Lachlan was just brooding and an asshole and just seemed traumatized in that book. But when he botches a job for his boss's biggest client, Lachlan knows he'll never claw his way out of the underworld, at least not until songbird Lark Montague offers him a deal. Use his skills to hunt down a killer and she'll find a way to secure his freedom. The catch, he has to marry her first. What? Why? And they can't stand each other. Indie singer-songwriter Lark is the sunshine and glitter that burns through every cloud and clings to every crevice that Lachlan Kane tries to hide inside. The surly older brother of her best friend's soulmate. Lachlan thinks she's just a privileged princess, but Lark has plenty of secrets hiding in the shadows of her bright light. With her formidable family in a tailspin and her best friend's happiness on the line, she's willing to make a vow to the man she's determined to hate, no matter how tempting the brooding assassin might be. What? Oh my god! There's another phantom lurking on their doorstep, and this one has come for blood. Holy shit. I just remembered the ending of Butcher and Blackbird. Oh, this book is gonna be good. The ending of Butcher and Blackbird kind of left on a little bit of a cliffhanger, and we're gonna see a little bit of this in Leather and Lark. Here's the thing, though. I believe it said that Lark is also an assassin somewhere. Not in the summary, but I swear it said that somewhere. I didn't know she was a killer as well. Next up, The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo. Why Leigh Bardugo is coming out, I don't know if this is an individual book or if this is going to become a series. Why she's coming out with this book before we get the 3rd book of the Alex Stern series, I don't know. I don't care. It's whatever. I can be patient, even though the Alex Stern series is my favorite of hers. I just finished Ninth House for the 4th time about an hour ago. That's a very hit or miss book. It was a big hit with me, though. I listened to the audiobook this time. The Familiar is a Spanish Golden Age book. There's some fantasy, some magical elements into it, some beef with the King of Spain or something. Hell if I know. I tried to read the summary the other day and I was like, I don't understand half of this, but I'm intrigued and I'm interested And also the cover is just amazing. Next up we have Between Never and Forever by Shane Rose. I think it's Shane. The tropes in this one are second chance, brother's best friend, and age gap. This is the third book in the, I think it's the Hardy Billionaire series. If you watched my reading vlog the other day, I was reading Between Commitment and Something, Between Something and Something. I was reading this book. I ended up finishing it. I gave it 3.5 stars. I think it was a very fun read, emphasis on fun read, and a very mindless read. I did think the first 50% was really amazing, and the last 50% of it was a little too chaotic for me, which is why I gave it 3.5 stars. And it was not necessarily frustrating because I binged that book and I couldn't put it down. But there were some parts in it that obviously had me dropping 1.5 stars. I'm currently reading the second book, but I think this one's Between Love and Betrayal. I think I'm gonna like this one a lot better overall. This one is about the second Hardy brother, Dominic. And then this next one that I just mentioned that comes out March 26th is when it comes out. This is about, I think, the last brother. Their family is so fucking big, I might be missing a brother, but this is about Dex. As my best friend's brother, Dex Hardy has always been my downfall. Older, forbidden, and completely irresistible. Our paths were never supposed to cross, but they tangled during those summer nights where we exchanged forevers and I love yous under the stars in secret. He knew it had to be that way, yet he betrayed our relationship the moment he made it public. So I left him brokenhearted in order to save us both. Years later, to help my family financially, I signed a 6-month contract to perform within the Black Diamond Resort and Casino. It should be easy, but Dex Hardy is now the cold, ruthless billionaire tycoon who owns it, and he wants revenge. These are just some fun, mindless billionaire reads. Fuck the rich, but this is fiction. So Let Them Burn by Camilla Cole. I pre-ordered this book. It comes out, I think, around January 19th. This is a Jamaican-inspired fantasy book. It follows God's blessed heroine who's forced to choose between saving her sister and protecting her homeland. Farron Vincent can channel the power of the gods. 5 years ago, she used her divine magic to liberate her island from its enemies and the dragon-riding Langley Empire. She doesn't expect her older sister, Alara, forming an unprecedented bond with an enemy dragon, or the gods claiming the only way to break that bond is to kill her sister. I was told to read this book if you like dragons, and that intertwined in your fantasy. The Fury. This is by the same author as The Silent Patient, and that book is very much a hit or miss. I read this book earlier in the summer, and I ended up loving this book. I think I also gave this book 5 stars, and I kind of want to bump that down to 4.5 stars because I can't tell you half of what I read. This one is about a famous movie star who her and her friends go to Greece, and then while they're there, there's like an upended murder that happens. Every year, she invites her closest friends to escape the English weather and spend Easter on her private Greek island. We found ourselves trapped there overnight. Our old friendships concealed hatred and a desire for revenge. What followed was a game of cat and mouse, a battle of wits full of twists and turns, building to an unforgettable climax. The end ended in violence and death as one of us was found murdered. So I'm guessing they all go to this Greek island. They all slightly have beef with each other. They're all kind of famous and just rich people with too much time on their hands. And they play a game of cat or mouse and somebody gets out of hand. It gets out of hand in some way and one of them gets murdered. Funny Story by Emily Henry. This book is actually available to get the ARC on NetGalley if you apply and get accepted. I have heard so many people get denied from getting the ARC, so I haven't even applied for it because, not that I'm scared of rejection, but in this case I'm actually kind of scared of rejection. I think I want it too bad, but also I don't think I want to read it now and it already be over. I think it's kind of worth the wait. I don't think I'm gonna apply. Glad I could talk that out loud and decide for myself. Funny Story by Emily Henry. For the people who have read the ARC and have mentioned a little bit about it on TikTok, I've heard this is her most tense book. Like, not tense and like suspenseful or whatever, but tense in the, there's so much tension between the FMC and the MMC. Daphne always loved the way her fiance Peter told their story, how they met, fell in love, and moved back to his lakeside hometown to begin their life together. He really was good at telling it, right up until the moment he realized he was actually in love with his childhood best friend, Petra. Stranded in beautiful Wading Bay, Michigan, without friends or family, but with a dream job as a children's librarian, and proposing to be roommates with the only person who could possibly understand her predicament, Petra's ex, Miles Nowak. What an interesting name. The roommates mainly avoid one another until one day, while drowning their sorrows, they form a friendship and a plan. If said plan also involves posting deliberately misleading photos of their summer adventures together, well, who could blame them? Oh my god, so they're gonna like pretend they're together to get back at their exes? But it's all for show, of course, because there's no way Daphne would actually start her new chapter by falling in love with her ex-fiance's new fiance's ex, right? I don't know, Daphne, I would. And those are 8 books that are on my TBR for the year 2024. Again, there are so many other books that are on my TBR. Thank you guys so much for watching Vlogmas Day 21, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye! Oh my gosh, you guys, I forgot to add the 8th book. I totally forgot to talk about Wild Love by Elsie Silver. Editing Heather here. Let me tell you a little bit about Wild Love, which is another one of my most anticipated reads for 2024. The tropes in Wild Love are single dad, brother's best friend, forced proximity, he falls first, frenemies to lovers, and this isn't really a trope, but Elsie Silver did mention there is a lot of banter in this book. Rosie has been driving me wild for years, the good kind of wild and the bad kind of wild, but mostly the kind of wild that comes with wanting your best friend's little sister and knowing you can't have her. Oh my god, you guys. Forbes may have labeled me the world's hottest billionaire, but all I care about is opening my new record studio. Something that comes to a screeching halt when I end up face to face with a young girl who claims I'm her biological father. Now I spend my days balancing business with parenting a sullen 12-year-old, all while trying desperately to keep my hands the hell off my best friend's little sister.